day started out much like any other for Officer Adam Jennings. Riding with him in the front seat of his cruiser was his best friend and partner, Jake Matthews. Being on patrol with Jake was one of his favorite places to be. The only path that Adam ever saw for himself was that of a policeman. He liked helping people, and this was the best way that he knew how. Sure, he had to deal with the lowest of the low, but most of the citizens he interacted with were good people who just got off track every once in a while. He took his job seriously, but he still believed people should be given the benefit of the doubt. He firmly believed that most people tried hard to be good and do their best. Adam was thankful he didn't live or work in a city with a high crime rate. He wanted the people in his community to feel safe. Whether they were home with their families, out and about running errands, or enjoying an evening on the town, their safety was important to him. Adam had never been married, or even close to marriage. The only person he had to think about other than himself was his 22-year-old sister, Jenny. When their parents died 10 years earlier in a horrific car accident, Adam stepped up as a big brother to raise Jenny the best way that he could. It wasn't always easy. He was fresh out of the police academy and knew nothing about raising a teenage girl, but he did his best, and Jenny seemed to turn out all right. He was beyond grateful that she didn't rebel too much during her teen years. Adam didn't have the time or patience to deal with a bunch of teenage drama. Jenny was a lot like Adam in the respect that she didn't date a lot. There were the occasional boyfriends, of course, but Adam never had to worry about killing them for hurting his sister. Adam put the thought of any serious relationships on hold while he was raising Jenny. He didn't think it would be good for her to become attached to someone he was dating, especially if the relationship wasn't serious enough to lead to marriage. He tried to set a good example for her. The last thing he wanted was for his romantic exploits to make it back to his baby sister. Just the thought of it made him cringe. Adam was no angel. He dated, but he did so discreetly. He would only go out when he knew that Jenny had plans with her friends. He always made sure that whoever he went home with knew up front that he would only be spending one night with them. Second dates were out of the question because he never wanted anyone to get the wrong idea. Dating had become easier now that Jenny was in college, but he still didn't find anyone that piqued his interest enough to want to settle down. Most of the women that he met were shallow, rude, and completely obtuse. The woman he would marry would be kind, compassionate, and witty. She would be independent, yet willing to stand beside him as an equal partner. He wasn't interested in anyone who was looking for a free ride. Women like that were to be avoided like the plague. It was a quiet morning as they traveled along their normal route. Adam and Jake had made a few traffic stops, but that was about it. Adam didn't mind quiet mornings. It meant the citizens of his sleepy town were safe and staying out of trouble. "I think it's time for our morning coffee stop," Jake said, breaking the comfortable silence. "Sounds good," Adam replied as they headed to the local convenience store. Adam noticed the empty parking lot as they slowly exited the car and closed the doors. He took the lead as he and Jake entered the store. There was nothing normal about what was happening as Adam stepped inside. Before he could react to what he saw, he heard a loud bang and was knocked backwards by an excessive force. He felt a burning in his shoulder, chest, and lungs. He yelled out in pain as he reached for his shoulder. He was shocked when he pulled his hand back. It was warm and wet and covered with blood.